We're live. It's Sunday. Welcome, early, unexpected Stash Channel stream. Sorry about my sloppy vlogs, but this morning, we're going to be talking about The Last Interview, Philip K. Dick. Very interesting little book. I would say it's a series of many. They do one on Kurt Vonnegut, Ray Bradbury, Hannah Arnett, so forth. This is a surprisingly good book, as it is it's a short read. If you're in the mood for a short read, it's just above 130 pages or so. It's straight out interviews. Anybody out there, jump in. I think it probably gets, in a very mundane way, a very real way, the fastest into the mind of Philip K. Dick. I'm going to be doing a bunch of Philip K. Dick. Oh, I lost my one viewer. Because it's the last interviews, and it's in his voice, of course, because the interview is right there. He seems to be removing any pretenses. Probably the most interesting thing I took for it is the sheer volume of work that he did under pressure of being a troubled man. Very, very interesting point here. It asks him point blank about LSD use. And he goes straight to the point in saying, I sort of push that idea, but it was exaggerated. And in fact, as being a writer, a difficult job, a solitary job, a lonely job, on the gun for money. On the gun? In trouble for money all the time. He talks about how he would write a book, write the end, and immediately take his typewriter and begin chapter 1 on the next one, or begin the beginning of another one. Incredible. And therefore, he would write from, noontime to 2 a.m. or overnight or whatever. Oh, my friend, Ghost Hunter. I love it. We're talking about Philip K. Dick. It's not really Ghost. I don't know if you're into it. Minority Report is his, Blade Runner. A lot of stuff on Amazon right now. Interesting stuff on Amazon Prime. That's all right. I'm glad you guys are doing good. I do too. I got a little movie that's in the LA Film Festival right now. Out of This World, the Ricky Lime story. I'm going to put it in here, actually. Let me put it right in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, check out this movie. It's doing really good. Out of This World, the Ricky Lime story, guys. And BB, you must know this, my good friend. I'm not even going to take any chances. I'm putting it in the chat right now. Oh. No, not that. Jeez. Sorry. Philip K. Dick we're talking about now. We're taking a little break to get Out of This World, the UFO story, up here. Because I'm not taking any chances. I want it to be witnessed from my friend. Here we go. It's a cute little movie. Here it comes. It's in the chat now. It is now in the LA Independent Shorts Film Festival as a finalist, so we hope for the best. And I enjoyed making it. And that's FOC Productions with Jordan. In the meantime, we're talking about Philip K. Dick, how he had to do... So he pushed the idea of being a LSD man, and he had to take a lot of amphetamines to finish his novels, and he experienced some amphetamine psychosis or whatever. I learned that from another book. They go into some stuff here that I long for, some pretty deep but manageable topics. For instance, there's a journalist, Cover, by the last name of Cover, in an interview that he did called The Acid Truth. Author Byron Cover, Vertex, I think that might have been a magazine, February 1974. And he talks about how Philip K. Dick used the I Ching out of Taoism. And he talks about the ethical matters and the practicality of Taoism, the Tao. Very mysterious religion dealing with Qi, Qigong. I always talk about it. I was talking about it at the Ghost Tours. In its practicality, in that it deals with medicine and martial arts and breathing. Useful aspects to a religion. Very interesting, and a philosophy. I was interested that he was into that. Now, whether it was just a California, because he was a California guy, was it just kind of like California talk? And interesting. Nevertheless, he did get into it. It did get into part of his paranoia. Sorry, I should have took better notes on this. Check out that movie, BB, Out of This World. Hopefully it goes places more. It's looking good, though. Finalist. It's not knocked out yet. Love it. Very excited. Thank you for the filmmaker platform that I'm using, and Film Freeway people over there. And thank you for Independent Shorts in LA. A great film festival going on right now. Saturday. Ricky Lime passed the second hurdle, actually. So he goes into a lot about his obsession with precognitive stuff, revelations that he had experienced. When he jumped outside science fiction, he wrote a book called Confessions of a Crap Artist. But he, of course, was mostly known for his sci-fi. And also, Stigmata of Philip Eldritch is his quote-unquote classic LSD novel. And it's surprising. Everybody would think that he was, really into LSD, but actually, he seriously talks about the negative part of that. I don't know if anybody likes to drop acid or LSD. Believe it or not, my name is Stash, and I'm not into drugs. Very strange. I know. You think I would be. I'm into the Taoism as much as I can. Valis is one where his character, Horslever Fat, does talk about a character that did get killed. The Scanner Darkly had to do with a kind of a undercover policeman who had to take a substance D, to, penetrate the drug world. And I'm not here to condemn necessarily the marijuana or LSD or enlightenment and all that. I'm just pointing out the fact that I think it's probably taken for granted that Philip K. Dick was really into that stuff. And it's funny, in these last interviews, he throws out a lot of warnings about it. More than you might think. He's definitely biblical and was Episcopalian and into it as well. Anybody out there? Ricky Lime, by the way, check it out. Leave us a comment to give us feedback on it. So he sought refuge in Christianity. That's interesting. Looking for a benign deity in it. His father was a Marine. I'm really drifting. I thought I had this down better. I'm in between a number of books. One of the most interesting one cuts to the point about his relationship to the movie Blade Runner, which I guess is definitely one of my favorites. A guy interviewing him in that by the name of Van Hisa. James Van Hesse, or Hise, August of 1981, very, very close to the end of his life, unfortunately. Quote unquote, when did the project begin to adapt Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep into a film? Very interesting. Martin Scorsese and another director or Hollywood connected person, I don't know which, Jay Cox, but Martin Scorsese, a young Martin Scorsese was interested in it, a younger Martin Scorsese. And Herb Jeffrey and Robert Jeffrey, they did a screenplay, Demon Seed. Orange County at the time where he was, and he was looking into it. I lost one of my viewers. One of the early screenplays he said he didn't like. It was a comedy and a spoof, a Get Smart kind of thing. And then they moved down into working with Ridley Scott. Yeah, and they had their differences. Philip K. Dick was a deep guy. Ridley Scott was. Philip K. Dick actually apparently spoke out against Aliens, the original one, which was a superb movie, but I guess he didn't like all aspects of it. Ian Holm, as the robot, was very interesting. And of course, Sigourney Weaver. So he said, I said it was bad. And when he looked at the early showings of it, it was Philip Marlowe meets the Stepford Wives. Very interesting. He said, quote unquote, and I did not please the Blade Runner people of the Lad Company by my attitude because I wrote an article on science fiction films for Select TV Guide. Yeah. I had read the screenplay and it was just a lurid collusion of androids and humans blowing each other up. I was really smart-assed. Yeah, that's very interesting. I, quote unquote, I even criticized Ridley Scott's picture Alien, saying that a monster is a monster and a spaceship is a spaceship, and it got on by special effects because it had no new ideas. I had a friend in special effects, and special effects people can simulate anything. Anything you can write, we can create. By the way, Enrique Lime, Fountain of Cards Shorts, does a good job of interesting special effects. Check out that little UFO movie, guys. But then he started, I believe at some point he starts to like it. Quote unquote, that is what I thought of the screenplay until David Peoples got a hold of it and did a new version. My agent said, well, they must have gone back to the book. And indeed, they did go back to the book. So it's a coherent in relation to the book. Now what we have is a beautiful result that Ridley Scott, who is a visual graphic director, who does not go into the storyline, but is of the new school who goes in for dramatic physical effects, is yoked to a coherent storyline. So something happened there. He was displeased, but something happened, and it started happening. Even if it wasn't my story, it was an effective and coherent storyline. It had subtle nuances that are very good, and it appeals not just to the dramatic, although it's very dramatic, but it appeals to the intellect. So it did go on to be, personally, probably my favorite movie because it's a film noir more. Yet it has some message in science fiction, but it's, I don't know. It's a Philip Marlowe novel done with gorgeous Vangelis. He's the soundtrack, probably the best movie soundtrack. Hans Zimmer, who worked on the 2049 one, is awesome too. But and Harrison Ford, of course, does a great job as Rick Deckard. Rutger Hauer, of course, as Roy Batty, the Nexus 6. They thought, they were looking for a Star Wars. They didn't get quite that, but they got an incredible underground cult hit, probably one of the greatest of that type. And Philip K. Dick himself talks about how he dreams up these dark-haired, destructive, cruel, gorgeous women that he loves. Femme fatales in space, but in any case, probably he just said that Sean Young, who's had issues with Hollywood herself, I won't go into, but he talks about how she was the Rachel character. She said just I guess I've seen Harrison Ford act and Rutger Hauer act, but I've never seen her act, being Sean Young, quote unquote. I guess hardly anyone's seen her act, but when I came to those pictures, I was blown away. I said, that is Rachel. You could have hung pictures of 100 different women, and I could have unerringly picked out that one as Rachel. That's not a simulation of Rachel, that is Rachel. Quote unquote, I am programmed to hone in on the super destructive, cruel, beautiful, dark-haired woman. Interesting. Philip K. Dick had a troubling romantic life. I guess I don't have a way to put it. He was married 5 times. He did not like to be alone, and I guess that's how he sort of dealt with the solitary job of of writing. The High Castle movie is very big on Amazon Prime. Worth checking into. The Man in the High Castle. So he's. Oh my God, you loved it. I hope it does good. Thank you for saying that. It's in the finals, and I hope it gets awarded. Loving it. I'm just in love. I'm enjoying the idea that it's out there, that it was seen. Yeah, High Castle. That's Philip K. Dick. Very interesting. Very interesting take. And I almost thought that you can tell that they took some of the vibe from the Resident Evil video game based film series. There's a lot of the Tyrell company that seems to be in the Umbrella Corporation, sort of, He talks a lot about identity. You will be required to do wrong no matter where you go. It is a basic condition of life to be required to violate your own identity. Destruction and Enlightenment. The last interview is by Greg Rickman. He's talking about his, precognitive stuff again. He got in contact with Karen Silkwood, a woman, an activist at the Kern McNee nuclear plant in Oklahoma. There was a movie made with Cher, I believe. She had low levels of plutonium poisoning in 1974. Shortly before dying under suspicious circumstances while driving to meet a New York Times reporter, the family sued Kerr McNee and ultimately got $1 million. Silkwood, the movie Silkwood, is very interesting. I believe Karen Silkwood, she died for her beliefs. That woman's death was my death. Right. Oh, I like that. Right. Starting with zero context. Yeah. Right. He wakes up. He wakes up in between the crop circle. I wonder if Philip K. Dick would like Ricky Lime. I think he probably would. He's got a thing that you want to root for him. He's so messed up. He's so innocent. He's so into it. You don't know if he's what's wrong with him. He's fleeing. He's scared that he was abducted, but he's running amok, and you don't even know if he's dreaming it. He comes across the woman doing the yoga in the middle of the woods. Is she really even there? Yeah, I added that part. I know. I figured he'd stop for a break, and what would a guy like Ricky Lime eat? He'd eat nerds. Nerds in one moment. Just got to check on something. Be right back with you, BB and friends. Yes. He's like, I think I gotta eat better. Yes, I hope that was not found offensive to people who are trying to cut back on sugar. It's a very interesting film. If you look at, you know, it may actually have to do with heavier issues than are seen there by, if you look at the ending. I don't want to do too much Q&A in case it gets an opportunity to have Q&A, but you get the idea. He comes to the room and there's a lot of empties, if you know what I'm saying. And then the whole idea of somebody needing. Yes, I do like that kind of stuff. Yep. I enjoy it. I was a disciple to a Taoist master, so I did pick up things. And I thought it would be funny if the character, being so paranoid, sort of engaged. So I wanted to show that, he knew what he was doing, but he was still terrified, or something, or it would look funny too, I'm glad you caught that. You're the best, my friend. I'm so happy that I hope you gave it a thumbs up. Yes. Ricky, we're on talking to Banana Bug and gabbing about the last interview of Philip K. Dick's series. I'm going to be talking about him probably for a while. I guess that's my style. I do a vlog and then I get into it. Although I realize that these are supposed to be better edited and less rambling, but I figure if you're really into it, just turn it on and it could perhaps help you sleep. I'm also drinking this morning Voss from Norway. Anybody like this type? It looks like the Resident Evil movie that we're talking about, the little vial full of the substance. Substance D. So it is interesting, and since DMT and all that's popular now, it is interesting that Philip K. Dick puts in a little warning about it, a little disclaimer, talking about friends of his who had some bad trips, and also talking about the reality of what it is for the artist, that he needed to take a lot of speed, a lot of amphetamines to write so many novels. He was talking about a period of 4 years where he wrote 16 novels in 4 years, and other short stories. And that part really touched me, where he was basically on the typewriter and he got to the part where he wrote the end, and he immediately was throwing another paper on and putting another one out. In a world where people, struggle to publish anything, he was pretty prolific. And science fiction, it has inspired. There's a robot company, iRobot, and they are influenced by Isaac Asimov, the sci-fi writer. So I hope this early Sunday morning show is going well. Can't believe I'm seeing my Banana Bug friend. Did you get my message? Like, I'll be on at 11. I'm not that good at YouTube. You're supposed to do a whole thing and set up these shows, but whatever. You just get on. get on and start talking when you feel like it, right? To put it in context, I'm just going to put information in here for anybody who, just in case I'm so off. His real name was Kindred, I guess. That's bizarre. Just in case, I'm putting some of his info in here, so. I know, me too. I know. It's not going that great in the home front for me either. These are just hard times. Yeah, 44 published novels and approximately 121 short stories. So he was, in my mind, sort of the H.P. Lovecraft of science fiction. He loved Lovecraft. That's all right. I'd love that you come on here and visit me anytime you can. I just put his name in here for anybody who's drifting in. Yes. BB, do you drink the Boss water? Definitely not a lot of writing coming up in the caliber of a person like this right now. But you can see that they're starved for stories, which is good news. Life water. Oh, nice. That's a good one? Nice. How is Nick's doing? Reverse osmosis. Oh, yeah. Very good. The reverse osmosis. I'm so glad you joined me today. And I'm ready with my weird jacket and shades. I'm going to be doing also a good chat, which I'll let you know, which I'll let everybody know, on surrealism again. Oh, nice. Oh, that's really good. It's got the art from the artist. Small time people, give them a chance. Get their work out, and then somebody, that's kind of cool. They see it, you see it at random. Ooh. Your mom does it. Oh. Well, if she's got any published pieces, put them in the chat. Put the link in the chat. I love to hear it. It is Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. I know. I guess that's what I like about this vlogging. No matter what your schedule is, you just kind of get on and hope that people like it, see it later, and dig it. And like I say, I like to run them to fall asleep. Redbubble. Oh, that's a cool website. That sounds cool. I've never heard of that one. Kaleidoscopes. Oh, yeah. Like making them or making the result of what you see through them? Do you figure? Posthumous influence widespread. The Man in the High Castle is huge. Minority Report in 2002. That's Tom Cruise. Blade Runner 1982. Harrison Ford. I love the art covers of the magazines, Science Corner fictionally when he was younger. Incredible. Just like Lovecraft with weird tales. Love it. He loves the unreliable narrator technique, which I love too. He loves the collective unconscious and synchronicities of Jung. I love that too. He loves the idea that everything is a simulacrum and phony. I love that too. Again, there's a lot of stuff on Amazon to check out with him. The vast active living intelligence system is huge. Do we not live in that right now? Total Recall, Sharon Stone's betrayal of the construction worker guy is a quick way of learning about Philip K. Dick's paranoia and betrayal stuff. They redid Total Recall again with Colin Farrell. Very interesting. And, of course, the second Blade Runner. Ooh, custom made whole the entire kaleidoscope. Interesting. Interesting. Well, if it's any help, put the link to the Redbubble site on here. If it's any help. If it helps you. And hey, Mac Wynn from Chicago. Crap, I'm running out of steam already, but we're talking Philip K. Dick, the last interviews. Hope everything is going good in Chicago. Are you getting the negative degree temperature in there? For Mac to check out, I don't know if you've seen the little. You're getting the. Here's the little film that I'm in. I'm putting it again. I'm plugging it right here. There is a little martial art in it, believe it or not, a tiny amount, and sci-fi trippy comedy, I guess. There we go. I am indeed the star of Out of This World, the Ricky Lime story. I'm hoping it is now a finalist in LA. Check it out, my brother. Yes. I wouldn't mind being in a movie about Count Dante. Maybe I could be one of his lieutenants. His top guys. Maybe I could be an enemy of Count Dante. I don't know. The Dante Master. I love it. I love the whole idea of Chicago, the Windy City. Mike Falkoff, was that his friend? There's some movies where guys do really well. You ever notice that? There'll be a big movie, and a guy will be in the movie, and they'll do really well. They'll be the sidekick, the enemy, and they'll come into another movie. There you go, right there. We just talked about a guy, Colin Farrell, who came into Minority Report under Tom Cruise, and he started a very, very wonderful career on his own, being the doubting investigator in it. Really, really interesting. All because the genesis of it was Philip K. Dick in that instance. His writing is probably maybe a little too tough for them to capture directly. So, but Hollywood has done a good job in that instance of coming off the vibrations of it. That would be Chuck Pitlink. That's the same guy who wrote Fight Club, as far as I know. Choke, unless there's another one. Philip K. Dick has hundreds of short stories. I think they've only begun to delve into his stuff. They're probably going to go even deeper. Definitely. I got to go over there. My God, I got to get to Chicago. Bill Hicks. The great comedian Bill Hicks enjoyed going there and having a Polish sausage. Bill Hicks. Really? Oh, maybe. Yeah, that sounds like a Philip K. Dick thing. Although that scenario you got there, that sounds almost a little Twilight Zone type. Twilight Zone-y. Twilight Zone. I like that. So it's about a guy who chokes on food at restaurants. Choke. I don't know. I don't know what that choke one is about. I only know Fight Club. I've read it and I saw the movie, but that's it for Chuck Palin. And he does interesting NPR interviews. That's as much as I know about him. He got himself in the scene in the solitary, lonely world of writing. He has made it. I think they actually did try to make a movie about David Foster Wallace, or the weird book that he wrote, which is kind of like a Thomas Pynchon Gravity Rainbow version of the hip part of Boston, the hipster neighborhood of Allston or Lower Allston or whatever. It takes place in a medieval fair. That's interesting. Yes. So, do you live within striking distance, Mac, of where you go down to the waterway there? That's very interesting. They got those big drawbridges there. I'm very interested in that. I believe Chicago's still home to America's tallest building, right? Unless they built one in New York that just peeked over at a new condo thing. I'm not sure. Crap. We're on the Star Show, wrapping up pretty soon. Philip K. Dick. I should tell you when I'm on next, Mac. I'm sorry that I do this very messed up. Very messed up? Mike Felkoff. Nice. 2 blocks away from the bridges. That is interesting. And on St. Patrick's Day, they make the water green in Chicago, right? Or something like that. Or some days, sometimes, when they used to. And then all of a sudden, behind you is the Great Lakes, right? That is interesting. Imagine how cold the water gets on. Is that the Great Lake? Did Gordon Lightfoot write about that or something? I hope he's okay. Getting up there. I missed a chance to see him. Crap. Sundown, I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning, when I'm losing again. St. Patrick's Day. Coming up. Used to be a huge thing in Boston. Boston. If you look up top-notch comic here in Boston, Steve Sweeney. He does Fitzy, the character of Fitzy, St. Patrick's Day. Huge. But with the COVID and everything, no St. Patrick's Day as far as I know. Probably not this year either, right? Eesh. Crap, well, I'm glad I got people. And BB, this is Mac Wynn. He's a Chicago man, martial arts guy, martial arts practitioner. Talking about the legendary Count Dante is among his interesting blogs. Check out his channel. Mac, put a link for your channel, man. Oh, no parade. Eek. The whole COVID thing is very Philip K. Dick. This is bizarre. Everybody wears a mask. Did you see the halftime show? The singer comes out and there's all these guys with jock straps that look like masks. It was very strange. Yeah. Well, again, Mac, I don't know who's interested, but if you're checking out, I did go over the last interviews of Philip K. Dick. If you're interested in a fast read about what it says, do indeed check it out. A must read for Philip K. Dick fans. And I hope everybody had a good Sunday chat with the Stash Master here. And I'll be looking forward to more soon. Thank you, BB, for checking in. If it's safe to do so, and anonymity and whatever, put links in here or whatever next time. I hope this was helpful. I rambled a little less than some, a little more than others. Out of This World, the Ricky Lime story. Check that out. I'm going to put the link again. Yet again. Because I like a lot of links. Check it out. In the finals, LA Film Festival, independent shorts. Right now, it has made it to the finals. We hope it goes forward. Ricky Lime is a hero. Ricky Lime, my saying about Ricky Lime is, at last the weird people have a hero. Ricky Lime believes, I believe in UFOs. Full disclosure. Come on, guys. Tell us the truth about the UFOs. We're going to do full disclosure night. We're going to do more ghost night. Mac, BB, thanks everybody for coming on. I'll see you guys soon. Hope you're enjoying the Stash vlogs, and I love hearing from people. Take care, Mac. And have a happy birthday on St. Patrick's Day if I don't see you by then. Ciao, brother. Take care, everybody.